The eBay auction for the victims of Hurricane Katrina. The Opie and Anthony auction is doing very well. There's a link through opieandanthony.com. The Arthur Chien sign that Nathaniel was all about, right? Mm-hmm. It was in third place. It's now in second place.
Oh, come on. People are pumping it up now.
Second place, $735 for the Opie and Anthony Assault on the Media sign that got Arthur Chien fired, signed by our own Nathaniel. And the skates are still in first place with a bid of $5,050.
Any items on there from Take No Chances, Travis?
No, of course not. No, of course not.
Collared shirt never worn. Douchebag.
Now, how are the Ozzy pictures inside the 2x4s?
Come on now.
The collection.
Yeah.
That's part of the second stage. A bunch of new items going up tomorrow.
Can I say something on the cover of Daily News?
Yeah, go.
Hearts of Gold. Dear Daily News, I'm donating $1. I'm 8. I'm donating $1. I'm 7. These fucking kids are disgraceful and cheap. $1's dog shit, kid.
Like, who's that going to help?
That pulls at our heartstrings.
Oh, it does. It makes me nauseous.
You know what it is? The dollar
thing. It makes us all
thing.
feel good.
It's never gone up over the years.
Right.
Because even as a kid, for, save the starving children of Bangladesh, it was $1 as a kid. Why hasn't this gone up over the years with the cost of living?
Especially with, digital cameras on the internet. Come on, kid, you can make a few dollars for the cause.
How are these kids earning singles?
Put on those comfies for Pete's sakes.
Can you still buy a joint for $1?
What's up, Brian Regan? Very funny.
Hey.
First of all, I'm looking forward to hearing Ron and Fez, but more importantly, I just called the Lex and Terry show. You guys got the auction on the air, which is cool, but what they're doing, having one of the New Orleans refugees as a phone screener, is unbelievable.
Oh, he was trying for a little joke there.
Wow, I don't know what that
Nice.
means. All right, Ben, local...
John Philip Sousa.
John Philip Sousa.
Local H.
Yeah, you're going back a ways.
Exactly. Always have flubs if you need something. Thank you, Nathaniel. He does it differently than Eric. Eric will tell you what to do. At least Nathaniel presents something that's a possibility.
Or saying Than is better in here.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be changes.
Uh-oh.
No, Eric is actually working on the second phase of the Opie and Anthony auction for the victims of Hurricane Katrina there, Brian.
It was a hurricane?
Yeah.
Do you want to give us something that we could auction off online? You got anything on you?
Yeah, I can. I don't have anything on me, but
what about your glasses?
I'll be happy to send a DVD or a
Hold
CD.
on, you don't understand. Something on you, because at this point we're giving up our clothes, my inline skates that I use every day. I gave up. Anthony brought in jackets.
My fat sneakers.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll get them off, man.
How about the, what's the ring?
And wedding, something like that?
Actually, Brian's goods are involved in the auction, aren't they? Yeah, his autographed copies of his DVD.
Oh, okay. I told Brian Go ahead.
It's 1995, and with a signature, it's like $20.05.
But it's the charity that makes people pay more, because they know they're not just getting the fine stylings of Brian Regan.
I got you. So they can pay more than what they normally do.
And a proceed will go. A proceed of each charity.
A proceed? Yeah. 100%, my friend.
Oh, really?
100%. We don't want any of this.
Well, we're not going to make any money off
all
of it.
All the brand new items will be up tomorrow. You got to check it out.
My stuff back now.
We got some very unique items up for bid tomorrow.
A good jacket away for nothing.
And if you really want to help out the cause for the victims and stuff, you can call 1-800-977-DO-US, and when they answer, just yell faggots and hang up.
Where are we at with that little thing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Uh-oh, Fezzi's mic. We're going to take a break. When we get back, Brian Regan is officially going to sign the Cup of Dirt for our Opie and Anthony auction. Did you sign it already?
No.
That is an awful cup of dirt.
It's
a cup of dirt, weeds, and homeless man feces.
That really is a bad cup of dirt.
That's Bill the intern threw up. So be careful with that.
All right.
New Orleans sludge water here or something.
Yeah, we'll do that next. Brian Regan.
It's like the levee broke.
Caroline
wasn't listening.
Brian, would you like to sign the Cup of Dirt officially?
Yeah, I don't know.
Our Opie and Anthony auction?
Exciting this is going to be, me signing this.
It has to be more than just Brian Regan.
Oh, all right. Well.
Yeah, like, here's a cup of, I don't know, something.
Write a few jokes from your act on it or something.
Right. All right, Brian is now autographing the Cup of Dirt.
Hey, it's good to be here. That's what I'm writing.
And the official photo proving that he signed the Cup of
It's
Dirt.
now documented You don't get this with a baseball or something you buy in the sports shops.
Then where are you from?
You laugh, but this is going to get lots of money.
That's right.
Authentic cup of dirt. How do you ship a cup of dirt
And
to somebody? Do you ship the cup and the dirt packed separately?
By the way, that's Field of Dreams dirt, too, so that's a little more...
Wow.
And there you go.
Some assembly required.
Right.
Did you sign it?
Yeah.
Or you
does
just
it say?
write something on it?
What does
Brian,
it
you
say?
have dirt all over the console.
You're only human.
Hey,
Wow, that's either Brian Regan or Big Kev. Your autograph stinks.
Jesus. Wow.
Doesn't it look like Big
That's my
Kev?
name.
Looks like Christopher Reeve grabbed a pen between his teeth.
It looks like you don't want anyone else to use your cup.
This is mine.
What does it say?
What an
Eric?
embarrassing way to have to own up to the fact that I don't know how to write.
Aw.
What does it say?
Me try right.
Cool. That's
Nice.
nice.
Good to be here. Where are you from?
Sincerious.
Seriously?
That's my name, Brian Regan.
Yeah.
All right,
See what I'm saying?
It's an official cup of dirt, and now he's signing a box of Pop-Tarts.
Wow,
I'm sure
look,
he'll
the
be
pressure's
doing.
on.
I'm sure he'll be doing these bits at Caroline's this weekend.
He's so quick on
You're not
the
gonna
stage.
believe. You're not gonna believe what I wrote. I wrote hi.
The number for Caroline's 212-757-4100. Tickets go really fast when Brian comes to New York City.
guys
There's
are
a show
very
tonight,
kind.
and there's 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and 1 on Sunday.
You know, I actually almost took a Pop-Tart out and stuck it in my fat mouth. I didn't know you were going to sign that. They
Oh,
just look so delicious.
There's some
and
starving
frosty.
people down there in New Orleans. They're starving, and Jimmy is cutting back on how much money they're going to get because you're destroying the thing that's going to go
No,
up
it's
for
worth
bid.
more that way because that way they feel it's a real pop. Yes,
No,
sir?
it's not.
Who's that guy? All right, so what's the latest in New Orleans?
Let's see. They're pumping the floodwaters out. Some of the pumps are getting fouled by dead bodies and debris.
Like cars and such.
Yeah.
They got to stop the pumps every once in a while to clear out the dead bodies.
Clear it out. You know.
I guess they've ordered 25,000 body bags.
Yeah. Yeah. For the entire area down there. Like for the entire Gulf Coast that was affected. I don't know if they'll go through that many. You think?
I don't know.
They're kind of pulling out a lot of pockets of, 30 at a clip. So, it could add up. Definitely could. The worst story so far is the retirement home. Did you read about that one?
Oh, God, what happened?
They found 30 bodies of old people in a retirement home because the staff just left.
What?
Just left when the water started rising. I guess some feeble attempts were made to batten down the hatches. They found some tables pushed against some windows and doors and kind of held in place with wheelchairs the wheels were locked, and electric wheelchairs kind of holding these boards in place, thinking that's going to keep the wind and water out. But apparently it didn't. The staff, I guess, tried to call some emergency service people, but they were just, no communication. They couldn't get there. So finally they just said, fuck it, and left. They left 30 elderly to their own devices. All of them died. All of them. Yeah. Some found wrapped in shower curtains laying on the floor. I guess they thought that would protect them. Others just kind of laying across their wheelchairs and in gurneys in beds. And they just cleared those people out of their retirement
crap.
home. You make it all those years. You live through so many things, and you go out because somebody that's supposed to be taking care of you hightails it out of there.
You see the water rising. That's a slow death, man. The water doesn't just pour in. That rises slow. Oh, that's going to suck.
Uh-oh. It's up to my knees. It's not the quick death there. You're sitting in your wheelchair just... It's cold. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, trying to find dry places in the...
Yeah, and there's probably stairs, but they couldn't get upstairs. Probably something where they could have gone up to higher floors, but no.
Another story, really quick, and this is not a joke. CBS fucked up royally the other day. Price is Right prize makes some uneasy. Listen to this. By an unfortunate turn of events, The Price is Right aired a rerun from December in which the prizes the two top winners bid on their showcases were a trip to New Orleans and a speedboat.
Ooh.
And a speedboat. Someone didn't do their job and look at what was going on with the reruns. So it's a pretty big story today. CBS issued a written apology yesterday afternoon saying the show was scheduled before Hurricane Katrina and that its inventory logs for the show do not list all prizes or products offered. They were offering a trip to New Orleans and a speedboat. This aired on CBS recently. New Orleans is a wonderful city that is frequently offered as a destination travel prize on The Price is Right, the network said in a statement. Out of consideration for the victims of Hurricane Katrina, we made every effort to pull all the episodes from circulation that featured a trip to New Orleans as a prize. However, this one was unfortunately overlooked and broadcast today to viewers who received the East Coast feed of the show. The mistake was corrected in time for airing on the West Coast. So,
but why would they yank? I could see that one because that's kind of an unusual pairing. But why would they yank all New Orleans trips? I mean, it was just the reality that they gave away trips to New Orleans.
Yeah. That
doesn't
bad.
seem inappropriate. Speedboat, I could kind of see, like, all right.
Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah, there's a big sorry there.
Sorry.
From CBS today.
A lot of people are chiming in on instant feedback saying they don't have a signal. Say XM is not working.
Happened.
Please go to commercial. Nobody has a signal.
Someone on the phone said that the repeaters are down in New York or something. Some kind of technical problem.
A glitch?
I don't know.
Are your satellites down? I can only hear you online.
Really?
All channels say no signal.
They must not be getting a signal.
That's
I think
odd.
it has something to do with the repeaters.
Is it the sunspots? We having a problem with the sunspots?
All right, why don't we take a quick break and we'll figure it all out. How's that sound?
Send Steve out there to fix them. Get out there and fix those repeaters immediately.
All right. Let's see if we can get an answer to the...
Yes, where's ELO? Location.
You got a point.
Hey, just to change gears really fast, the second phase of the Opie and Anthony auction is starting as we talk. Eric is in the other room adding all sorts of items to our auction for the victims of Hurricane Katrina. There's a link on opieandanthony.com to all the old items.
Yeah.
A lot of those old items go away Monday. That's it. And
really?
Yeah, and the second phase is starting today. And so far he has up in Opie and Anthony, what's an HES promotional sign autographed? Do you know what that is?
No.
All right. Also up there now is an Opie and Anthony Mardi Gras banner autographed. Opie and Anthony Steve's American Flame shirt is now up there for bid, and accepting bids on that.
There he comes.
And the Opie and Anthony, just another Steve Flame shirt, has been added to the items.
He'll let us know what it is.
Oh, that?
From the Home Electronics Show.
Liar whore, and you know it.
Wow, it's like a 6-foot sign with our cartoon characters on it, signed by all three of us.
Do you prefer if I call you Eric, or do you want Sex Bagel, or do you want to be called Hawk?
Fancy talk for a whore.
How many items are you getting up there today, Eric?
About 40, 45.
40 to 45 new items will be up. Go to opieandanthony.com. The link's there to get to our auction.
What is this, another hurricane heading our way? Look at this.
It's Tropical Storm Ophelia.
Just kind of spinning out of control in the Atlantic.
Well, you know what? We better hold on to some of that money before we send it out, you know.
Other people might need.
Like us.
We might need.
You never know.
It's all about the hurricanes now, so CNN is teasing it like it may hit land anywhere between Florida and Maine. Thanks for the heads up.
The news has jumped on that whole thing. The local New York news has jumped on the whole what happens if a Category 5 hits New York, and they just have this whole disaster scenario spelt out and what we need to do and what supplies we need to have in the house. Do you know what it would take for a Category 5 to get this far north? Sure. Has a Category 5 ever in history gotten this far north?
June 14th, I think.
Really? Thank you, Jim.
Haven't some bad things hit like Long Island before, though?
Back in
nor'easters.
Back in 1938, Ron. Yes, there was a hurricane that destroyed 6,000 homes and over 600 people died. Yes, you're right.
On Long Island?
Yes.
Well, I did not know that.
Yeah, 1938, and I think it was a 3.
What do we got to do to evacuate Billy Joel? How do we protect what we have out there?
Hey, I've got to back up for 1 second. Lee Abrams is on the line from Washington. Lee?
Yeah.
I hear you got some items for the Opie and Anthony auction?
Well, yeah, you know...
Hold on, real fast. We got Ron and Fez in the studio. Did you guys meet Lee Abrams?
Yes, we did have the opportunity to meet the legend Lee Abrams.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
The mad scientist of radio.
Yes. So, you guys interested in maybe a gold platinum record?
Yeah, we could use a couple of those for
Well, who is the artist?
Well, I've got an A, B, and a C list. Now, the A list, maybe in the case of nuclear war you can have. That's my Doors, Zeppelin, Kiss. Now, however, the B list is, we'll get to that in a sec, because that's the ones I think you'll be interested. Then there's a C list. You can have as many as you want. That's Rick Springfield, Steelheart, Winger.
Winger.
I'll take it.
Count me in.
Now, so let's talk about the B list. We got... this is from the personal collection, a Ozzy Osbourne Platinum. This is not the imitation kind you can buy at Pier 1 Import. This is the real thing.
Is it in a fine wood frame?
Why is that a B list, sir?
You're pissing off Jimmy Norton
Jimmy
right now.
is fuming.
Well, the reason is, couple reasons. One is it's the top of the B list. But, I'm old. And what really matters to me are those Led Zeppelins and Doors and those kind of things. Those are, that's emotional. B-list means these are fucking great, but it's really not, just like emotionally critical to me. And C-list,
What now? The Ozzy? What record is it for?
This is Ultimate Sin.
Okay.
It's not the cliche, the other ones. This is, and it's it's platinum.
Platinum.
Now also, I'm looking at the wall here. I'll just give you some other artists. Offspring, that's a cool one. I know you don't want Yes, although they're cool bands.
You got any more Ozzy or Sabbath?
Well, I might have at home I think I have a Paranoid, but I gotta look for that one.
Hey, we'll take the Yes one, by the way. Someone out there would want it.
Yeah, and Paranoid.
How many do you want? One or two?
One or two?
Three?
That would be next.
All right, how about we give you the Ozzy? I mean, I think that's hot. And I know, and actually, one of the reasons I put that on the B list, meaning I'm giving it to you guys, is because I know Norton loves him, and
right.
He's huge and he's major. So it's really an A-lister, but it's one of those ones I put on the B list because the B list ones are the ones I want to give you guys.
And how about the Paranoid? If you find that at home, I mean, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, that's kind of an A-lister, but let me check.
Yeah, he ain't giving you that one.
He might.
Hey, Lee, you send up what you can, all right?
Hey, done. I'll have them send out today.
Some gold and platinum records from Lee Abrams.
Let me ask you a question. How does what you have is a real platinum? Like it's a real one from the record company. How do they decide who to give them to?
Well, I think there's three things. One, just guys that got to schmooze because they have a lot of, there are a lot of listeners in their market, and they figure, regardless if they even heard of the artist, they'll give them the platinum or gold record just to when they're begging for their next record to get played, they'll say, hey, I gave you that platinum record for so and so. Will you play this artist nobody's ever heard of? And, oh, yeah, thanks for that platinum. My wife's real impressed and all that.
Oh, okay.
Then there's the type that you actually were really early on the record, and instead of a cash payout, they really show their appreciation through the gold or platinum record. Then there's the guys who actually were involved in the music, whether it was his production team or somebody at the label that really sort of nursed the record through the process.
The payola people, probably.
Yeah, payola, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, people that accept it.
And a lot of times the ultimate payola is
cocaine.
Well, yeah.
As we used to say, hey, Lee, remember this? Hey, that sure smells like a hit.
Hey, gotta go to the bathroom. How about you?
Get over here with that album and a razor. Let's go. I want to hear it all.
Yeah. I don't know if we should go there, but for some other time we must.
Yeah, it all happened, Lee. We know it. It's just in the past.
We're
It's
not
all,
stupid,
right?
It was fun, but it
Sure.
was way in the past, yep.
All right.
And a lot of terrible music got played on rock radio.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
In the 80s especially.
There were cocaine records, no question about it. And, God, some of them, tested well, so you still hear them. It's like, oh, my God. If you only knew why that record got played in the first place.
What are you most embarrassed about putting on the radio, Lee? What's the worst thing that you ever got behind?
I'd have to say some of those just real cheesy, shitty hairband songs, in the mid '80s. You know, I'm looking at some of them now, and you know, I'm sure the guy. Actually, I've met the other nice guys, but you know, looking at a gold record for Steelheart.
Right.
They sucked. And, you know, Brittany Fox and all these. And again, you know, I'm sure they're fine musicians and all that, but
what about Dangerous Toys?
You know, Dangerous Toys. I used to run a thing called Z-Rock, which is this like metal channel in the '80s, and every summer we had these pool parties where we'd invite everybody at my house. And I mean, they'd start at noon on Saturday and end like 3 p.m. Monday, peeling people, you know, out of the bushes. And they played at one of the shows and at one of these pool parties. And one of the guys threw up so bad. We had to call 3 different plumbers to actually handle the plumbing problem from the vomit in the master bedroom toilet.
That's thick.
Yeah, it was horrible, but yeah, it's kind of a legendary vomit.
All right, Jesus.
And I don't remember too much about them playing. I think they were pretty good. I think they were touring with Aerosmith, which made them kind of like, oh wow, look what we got. Bring Aerosmith with.
Thank you, Lee.
Hey, no problem. I'll get these off today.
Thank you so much, Lee.
Anytime.
Bye, Lee.
Lee Abrams down there in Washington. We love that guy.
Bye.
All right, so there you go, the Opie and Anthony auction. By the way, Anthony, a lot of items go away on Monday.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking at the top 5 items.
Ooh.
My inline skate's still up there.
Of course.
Just under $5,000.
How's Than's sign doing?
That's why I'm going down this road, because he's obsessing about it.
Yes, he is.
Than is sitting in for Eric to my left, and every once in a while I'll look over there, and he's just watching the bids.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
To see if his item is moving up or not. And yesterday it was in 2nd place, and today it's down to 4th place.
Oh,
no.
He was pissed that it dropped into 3rd yesterday.
That's right. Now it's down to 4th place. The Opie and Anthony assault on the media sign that got Arthur Chien fired. Matter of fact, the Daily News talked about this sign and this auction on, Wednesday or whatever it was, Tuesday.
I'm sure it's just because I haven't hit refresh yet.
All right, yeah, why don't you refresh?
Still 4th.
Still 4th.
What's ahead of it besides the skates?
Some of the other assault on the media signs, like Lil Connor and Donkey Sausage, those signs, I guess, we're giving away now.
When Steve's flame shirts pass him up, there'll be no consoling him. No.
And more items going up as we speak. All morning long, we're adding the 2nd phase to the
I've run
Open
in the
Anthony
holy
auction.
grail of items.
What do you got?
It's my red birthday Scarface shirt that my parents got me.
Stop it.
I know.
It's a famous shirt because we
You
talked
are
about it on
not
the show.
Giving that up,
I know, it's a tough one to part with.
You already autographed it. It's ready to go.
That's fantastic.
That's right.
You know a disaster hit, Nollins, if something like that could
When
happen.
something like that makes the bid.
Yeah, it's a really cool shirt. I like to call it instant douche. That's exactly what you look like if you put it on.
And Big Kev came in studio today. He's got a couple items, Anthony, that could be interesting to the Opie and Anthony fans. All these items being added as we speak. Yes.
Well, I got to ask Jimmy though. Any Van Heusen sweaters?
Do you know I have a jar of something. I don't know if I want to sell this yet though. I was saving this, but it's a little jar. You open up and it goes.
Extra gassy today,
It's called Treat the Jar.
Ronnie just winced.
He opened
I
the
looked
jar.
over. Ron actually winced when he farted.
All the shit you've seen, and that's making you wince?
Yes, it makes me wince.
All right.
As a radio guy, that's just
I got to
see
put
that
up
was
a
awful.
barrier.
Thank you.
Put up a Lysol barrier.
That's all right.
You know, while these guys are here, we should play the fart game today. We got another version of the fart game.
Oh.
Ready to go. But first, it's Big Kev. He brought some items in for the auction.
I brought over there the Stone Pony.
That's a great one.
The poster from the Roadshow.
Yes, let me hold it up for our listeners. Look at this, people.
That's perfect condition.
Yeah, actually, that's really cool.
This doesn't
What
even
year
have
was
hack
that?
holes in it or anything.
No, it doesn't.
This was 1938.
Doesn't it have that look?
The diving horse
Yeah,
is
right.
on here off the steel pier.
It looked like you would just see in real small lettering Chuck Berry, before he actually got big.
Yeah. What I'm noticing here,
awful.
It's a professional poster. After this event, they got a lot. They turn into tiny little flyers and stuff. That's a real poster, man.
Mm-hmm. Nice listen.
Very nice. It's got a nice weight to it.
Sound of quality.
When you said listen, I pulled back. I thought it was another fart. I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know what the whole
I
deal
thought it was thunder myself, but
Good.
we're going to sign that and throw that up this morning as well. And he has one more item, Anthony.
Yes, this is a collector's item. This thing is a one of a kind. This was actually used as evidence.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a piece of
Yes,
evidence.
it was.
You're right.
It's a piece of
I don't know
evidence.
if this will beat Jimmy's shirt, but the day.
The Opie and Anthony auction is going up as we speak, Anthony.
Yeah.
Lots of bids on all the new stuff already.
Really?
The Opie and Anthony Mardi Gras banner that we signed, $255 already. It's only been up there for 30 minutes.
Nice.
All right, we're adding a ton of new items throughout today's show.
Don't be embarrassed to say it. What's that Scarface shirt up to? Is that in second place yet?
I don't even know if that's up there
What?
yet, Jimmy.
Get it up there.
Let me see. What
Don't
else?
make the people wait.
Well, good news. The Opie and Anthony Brian Regan Cup of Dirt, autographed by Brian Regan, who's playing Carolines all weekend here in New York City. 4 bids so far. $36 for a cup of dirt.
For a cup
Wow.
of dirt.
That's not bad, huh?
Can we get Hawk in here? I got a question for Hawk. Where is Hawk?
Get Hawk.
Hey, Mars, do you know where Hawk is?
No,
sir.
Fan?
He's coming.
All right. Can you grab Eric?
The Opie and Anthony Ron and Fez photo set autographed by everyone is up to a penny. So that's
Ooh. My shirt is at $3,800 already. Am I correct?
You're correct.
Where's the shirt?
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh.
Where's, by the way, you know what else they should put up for auction? Because I was asking for it at 7. How about the Michael Rappaport bio? Could they put that up for auction and maybe sell them on our desks? Fucking Ben, you'll have it by 8 o'clock. What, is he working on a project right now? You're waiting to update? Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, Eric is adding items every couple minutes at this point. Okay, there you go. It's only been up there, Jimmy, for 15 minutes tops. There's 2 bids so far on the Opie and Anthony Jim Norton Scarface shirt that you wore. It's autographed. It's going for $26 so far.
It was my birthday shirt from my parents.
That's right.
They thought this would be like young and hip to buy me a shirt from 1983. It's an awful shirt. I should bring it. I have a bunch of clothes for the homeless. But the homeless place, it's a funny story. I used to take all my the clothes I would give to the homeless people to this. It was a little place. It was called Dumpster.
Yes.
No, it was a bin in like the the Manhattan mini storage for homeless people. But now they moved it, so I had no place to give all my clothes. But it's funny you mentioned those Van Heusen sweaters.
Van Heusen.
Those awful.
His mom would buy him Van Heusen sweaters.
Sure. Because that's what the kids are wearing. I'm fucking almost 40, Mom. They're awful shirts. I've never worn a Van Heusen, so if you want some packaged sweaters, maybe I should go through that bin and bring out some clothes.
All right, Patty, what did you bring for the Opie and Anthony auction? You said it, but, we wanted the big reveal, but you don't know how to do radio.
Nah, you walk right in.
No.
Wig in hand! Oh, good.
It's the original wig both times that I wore right after the original.
All right, one of the times it's not original.
Yeah, well, for the new listeners, we used to shave Stalker Patty's hair off, and then she had to wear this awful wig, and there's a famous bit where I was screaming, take the wig, take the wig, take the wig. That's the wig. Yeah, I get it. Jesus.
That's the wig.
That's the wig, and we're going to throw it up there for the Opie and Anthony auction.
That's the same wig Stallone wore in Nighthawks.
I had a nicer, like...
Shut up, no one cares.
It's always good in the middle of a big laugh, and when that voice just cuts in, it ends all fun immediately.
Just puts a halt to it.
It's like taking a hammer to your heart on.
Wow, this feels good. Let me just stomp on that and ruin it.
Never step on a Nighthawks reference under any circumstance.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't come often, you know?
No, you know, with this wig, why not the sheets from when you stayed at Fez Watley's house? And
you slept at
in
Fez
D.C.
Watley's house?
I went down to Washington last year in 2004, and I was hosted by
Sponsored.
Sponsored, really?
And I ate at Ron's house every night with his family.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
And Ronnie has a wife and some kids, right?
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
What did you have to do? Hold her in your palm and feed her with an eyedropper? Little bird body.
It was her first time she had traveled anywhere. It was her first time on a plane. And
I loved it.
Yes. And flying back, she was so excited. She didn't want to miss her flight in the morning. She slept on my couch fully clothed in her shoes, ready to go out the door to the airport.
Like a fighter pilot ready to scramble. You are something there, lady.
I love looking out the window. What I wouldn't give to go on another plane ride. It's fun. Takeoff and landing is the best. I love it. It's so cool.
I'd love to send you on a plane ride in Greece. That'd be nice.
No, I just never traveled on a plane before, so it was so fascinating. It was awesome.
It was what?
Yeah.
Exhilarating.
Let's send her to New Orleans.
Why does her joy make me physically ill?
I don't know. There's something
hurts.
about her that just
Fascinating.
It's fascinating, exhilarating, thrilling.
Maybe because the joy of a 50-year-old when it comes out sounding like somebody who's 4,
Right.
it just kind of bugs you.
How would you like to be on the plane next to her?
Oh.
As she's acting like she's one of the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
At one
It's that
point,
new to
I
her.
did say something inappropriate while I was on the plane. We were going down for the landing. I'm like, oh my God, we're going down. You don't say that on a plane.
Oh, well, it's one of those moments. You know, it's just, that would have been an awful plane ride. Look, the clouds were going above them. The guy's looking, hoping a mountain is coming.
Everybody else is like sleeping and everything, and my eyes are glued to the window, and I'm looking down and everywhere.
Patty, they weren't sleeping. They were politely telling you to shut the fuck up.
They were all praying for a crash.
And then when I landed on the plane and arrived in Washington, I got a hand clap, like applause. They said this is her first time on a plane, seat 12A or whatever it was.
Oh, you were that person?
Everybody clapped for me.
No, they never said this was her first time on a plane seat.
Why would a plane seat?
Why would they say that?
I took her around to the D.C. memorials.
Yeah.
She got into an argument in one of the gift shops because she bought a ruler with all the presidents on it.
Oh, geez.
And she insisted that a president was missing. She's screaming, "Where's Stephen Grover Cleveland?"
I didn't know they were the same person, that he was reelected twice with McKinley in between.
Wow.
Third grade gifts. That's a field trip gift. When you went on a field trip to maybe,
third grade
you go to Washington. I remember going to the Museum of Natural History, and I got a little snow globe with a dinosaur in it.
A pencil case.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Because you wanted to spend the whole $5 your grandmother gave you, so as you were leaving, you would buy anything to use up the $5.
Did you leave your lunch in the seat on the plane for your return trip back?
No, I'm just fascinated. I'm one of the few people that can name most of the capitals of the states.
Yeah.
I think I named most of the presidents.
Did Ronnie have to sign your permission slip when you came back to New York?
No, I'm just fascinated by things like that.
Well, then buy a book.
Rulers.
You tell me any state, I'll give you the capital to it.
The state, shut the fuck up. What's the capital of that?
Pattyville.
All right, what's the capital of Alaska?
Anchorage.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Boise.
Look it up.
All right.
No, Boise is capital.
I thought it was Juneau.
It is
Juneau is the capital. I'm sorry.
Oh! You know shit.
I said most of them. I didn't say all of them.
You blew the first one. She
one.
does better with the lower 48.
Yeah.
You should have known. It's on the back of this ruler.
Oh, sorry. I meant the governors.
All right, let's take the wig.
I meant the contiguous.
Take the wig for the auction.
All right, well, way to go. You're 0 for 1.
You
You
could-
one state, you didn't get it right.
Patty, you can hang out, but we got to move through some material here. By the way, the Opie and Anthony intern for a day is now up to $510 already.
Holy Toledo.
And Jim Norton's Scarface shirt, good news, autographed by Jimmy, is up to $102 already.
Wow,
That's right.
we're moving.
Climbing the charts, as they say.
The bids are moving.
Oh,
the
that
wig will be
emaciated
added to the
body.
list
That's awful.
eventually. So
Look at it. She is like an ant.
Yeah.
That little. If you were on that plane that crashed in Peru, not even a snack. Nothing.
I don't have anything left.
all right, why don't we bring Francine in here, another dummy.
There you go.
Okay.
Anthony, the Starker Patty wig is up and ready to be bid on.
Oh, bid on that one.
And intern for a day is now up to $1,000 already.
Oof. That's creepy.
All the new items going up on
Come in here and work for free.
on eBay. The Opie and Anthony auction. The link's on opieandanthony.com. Go ahead, Francine.
Residents of New Orleans are being told to evacuate the city. About 10,000 people are believed to be inside the flooded city, surrounded by toxic oil, chemicals, garbage, human waste, and flooding corpses. Dr. Julie Gerberling, Director of Centers for Disease Control, says if you haven't left the city yet, you must do so. There's a lot of E. coli in the water, supposedly. And there have been 4 deaths from diseased waters in Texas and Mississippi.
In
That's
Texas?
perfect.
Yep, I think it's the people that went over there.
Oh, really?
Shit in the water.
They took bottles of water with them from the Delta.
Bathing in it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a big story. Sure.
Overshadowed by the New Orleans tragedy, everyone forgot about this story. It's the Nancy Kissel story. Nancy is the woman who killed her husband, Robert Kissel, by giving him a strawberry milkshake laced with antidepressants, hypnotic drugs, then rolling him up in a carpet and clubbing him to death.
Ah, that's creative.
That reminds me, I call my mom.
Very Italian.
It's creative.
Nancy, 41, claims that she was trapped in a nightmare marriage in which she was forced to satisfy her drug-fueled hubby's sick sexual demands at any moment. Nancy, you're 41. Let's face it, most women at your age aren't getting laid. Besides, taking a couple of punches to the face and a little sodomy, or partaking in a little sexual activity, is all part of the deal when you get married.
I like how she editorializes the stories.
My question is, how drugged out was this guy that he didn't notice he was being rolled into a rug? Whoa, this is fun. And then she just beats him through the rug. Dumb whore. Wouldn't it be easier to beat him like when his head is right there instead of through a heavy carpeting? Did she vacuum it first?
She was,
Nothing. I noticed that bit was spiraling downward quickly. Quick, more rug stuff.
Enough with the carpet.
I know. I'm obsessed.
Yep.
What, she hit him with an auric?
Oh.
Go ahead, Francis.
Do you lose your place?
Uh-oh.
Nancy,
In life?
who was having an affair with her TV repairman, has been sentenced to life in prison. Sounds right. I hope you get a curling iron shoved down your twat, you selfish, murderous cunt.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
That's harsh.
And that's
Where are you getting
SSAP
this
before.
Is she Ron Burgundy? She'll read anything on the teleprompter.
That's something you don't hear on Good Morning America. All
Very
right.
classy.
Wow.
That's right. Shove a curling iron in your...
Let's see what we got going on. Looking at the auction again here, guys. Mardi Gras banner autographed by us, $300. The second phase has started today. A lot of new items up on eBay. Go to opieandanthony.com for the link. What else you guys want to see really fast? Steve's Flame shirt, Anthony.
Oh, how's that doing?
$76. Let's see what else. I want to see some of the Jimmy's Scarface shirt, $134.
Attaboy.
There you go.
Intern for a day, $1,500 already. And that's a dumb one because we're just going to make fun of you and abuse you all morning.
That's not true. You'll be treated with dignity and respect.
They're going to go run for coffee and food, and they're going to be a real intern for a day.
You think that you think I'm going to let some sociopath
Exactly.
go fetch my food?
No,
Not at
he will
all.
not be getting food. I don't know what he's going to be doing.
I thought you got to use one of your interns for the day.
Oh, that would be nice. You send Bill down to somebody and let them have an intern.
We've got to talk to Bill.
Yeah.
Bill is getting a lot done around here. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Jim Norton's Ozzy Osbourne photos and those awful frames. That's up to $43.
We're not getting rid of them for less than $1,500. Those are fantastic frames.
The entire collection?
That's right.
Wow.
Brian Regan's Cup of Dirt, $305. Just about done here. A couple more items really fast. The Rolling Stone pinball machine, a piece of the pinball machine that I smashed.
Piece of history, Opie.
That's up to $74. The inappropriate bell, Anthony, that we're giving away, unfortunately, $202, but it's for a good cause.
202.
And Stalker Patty's wig, $103. Eric, are we adding anything else today, or that's about it?
No, there's more coming.
All right, Eric's going to be adding more items. Go to opieandanthony.com for the link to our O&A auction for the victims of Hurricane.
Yeah.
All right. We have Pat from Menaki in studio.
Oh, where did he come from?
Have you brought an item by for the Opie and Anthony auction?
Why, yes, I have.
Wow.
I have my Nathan's Philadelphia Qualifier First Place Trophy.
Wow.
And my Nathan's Coney Island Finals Competitors Pass.
Wow.
Let me see the pass.
Oh, thank you.
How many did you eat in Philly?
20.
20 in 9 minutes?
12.
12 minutes.
Then I had
You
20
know,
again. In
do you really think someone's going to bid on that?
I might. Maybe, hopefully.
You'd help the people
If it
better
goes for less
just
than
sending
$50,
it.
I'll bid on it
By
myself.
sending hot dogs.
Maybe if you stop eating some.
I have been stepped on like a fucking roach.
What happened, Ant?
It was another great line that he had, but he got stepped on.
For some reason, I can't get him out. I try. I'm actually. I'm saying I'm louder than I should just to get out. And then, then King Kong Bundy just body slammed my line.
You're just having bad luck today.
I'm having awful luck.
This has nothing to do with you today. For some reason, everyone is stepping on Anthony's.
What was the line?
Is it loud enough?
What was the line? I didn't hear it.
Now I'm not going to say it.
What was it about?
It was going to be a line about his loving cup and how it would probably be better used down there for the people to shit in it, but done in humorous fashion.
Big enough?
And just trotted upon, trampled over.
A brilliant joke, fucking 9 toe marks all over.
Yeah. Oh, wow, you just got that out, buddy.
Nasty sloth feet. I am having the worst luck today.
It's just bad luck today. Jason, Virginia, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Buttery Nipples, how you doing, Sweet Cheeks?
I'd appreciate some nicer talk. Go ahead, you're on the program.
I just had an idea for the auction you guys got going on. How about auctioning a day in the studio with the guys? I bet that would probably broil in a lot of money.
Well, it's pretty much the intern for a day.
Right.
Yeah, what do you think? We're going to have them do stuff that matters?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, you come in and you hang, we'll throw a mic on you, you get us some coffee. It'll be a fun day with Opie and Anthony.
All right, man, that sounds good.
Matter of fact, the intern for
a
a day is up to over $2,000.
That's right.
I think we should offer. We should auction off another one.
That's right. Interns for a day, right or wrong, Hope?
Right.
Right or wrong?
Someone wants us to auction off one of Pat's toes.
Oh, do you have that toe?
Only 9 left.
Did you save the one they took?
No.
No, huh? Yeah, I guess
If I did, I would have given it to one of my dogs.
So he only has 9 toes? That's
diabetes.
Yeah. Want to check it out there, Ron? Huh.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I have diabetes.
Did
Send for
Fezzi
your medical
challenge
supplies.
say he'd outdrink anybody?
Yeah, he said you
Outdrink anyone.
Yeah, except
Will
for
there be eggnog there?
Nah.
Except for if they're in the movie The Wanderers.
The
Farnham Baldies.
Nice.
He cut everything.
He cut his
He
hair
got
so,
everything.
so it didn't get in his eyes when he fights. Terror! Terror!
You guys are sick.
There you go.
I don't want to look at
Oh,
that.
Fred Flintstone foot.
There you go. I'm missing toe.
Now, what happened first? Did it start turning black or?
Yeah, well, first,
Started turning black, then it got shiftless.
red.
Refused to walk. I ain't going to walk. No, it's not work. Oh. Started hitting the other
Toe
toes.
the line, boy.
It took the toenails from the other ones.
Do the terror impression again, please.
Terror! Why did you do that?
He joined the Marines.
Our auction is going quite well, Anthony.
Oh, yeah, I got a little update in my email, and seems to be going very well.
Very well. There's 61 items that are going away today.
What do you mean, done?
Yeah, today's the final day for 61 items. The second phase went up Friday, so those will be up for another week, I guess, about 7 days.
How's Than Sign doing?
Than Sign is doing very, very well, yes.
Oh.
My skates are going for $4,800, Anthony.
Wow.
9 hours left on that.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I used my skates for the last time today.
Last time, that's it.
I have to go and buy new ones now. But the skates I've been commuting to work here at XM for the last year, also used at NEW, have done many, many miles on the streets of Manhattan, holding on to trucks and stuff, and tooling around Central Park. They're done. They're done. I used them for the last time today. I will be handing them over to Ben. The bid is up to $4,800 with 9 hours left.
Wow.
Also, Opie and Anthony intern for a day. That's up to $2,300 pretty much. I'm rounding these figures off. Opie and Anthony XM MiFi with lifetime subscription. $1,500, Anthony.
Nice.
That still has 7 days left as far as bidding goes. Opie and Anthony intern for a day number 2. We gave out 2 of these. The second one is up to about $1,300, Anthony, with 7 days left on that. Opie and Anthony assault on the media sign that got Arthur Chien fired. The one that Nathaniel held up on live TV is going for $810, and that has only 6 hours left in the bidding. Some of the other things, Opie and Anthony, Real Comedians of O&A, pack number 2, $800. More of the Assault on the Media Signs autograph, that's up to $760. And what is the Opie and Anthony Star Wars ROTS digital press kit, Eric?
It's something we got from a press junket. It's all signed by Samuel L. Jackson. Comes with a poster and everything.
Ooh. Hey, that's pretty cool. $660. And that item's going to go away today as well. And Opie and Anthony, actually, Jim Norton's HBO script, that only has 6 hours left as far as bidding for this thing. It's up to $650. And
what is that script of?
That's I think one of my final copies of the actual pilot script that we shot.
Really?
Yeah.
And
So
you could highlight Jimmy's lines and do the acting yourself.
Well, I don't think I should be going in here. What time do you think he's coming back? Dude, I used to always say these dumb scripts. I had a couple different Chappelle pilots I've auditioned for that never got picked up. I wish I would have saved them.
Yeah, could have been a big item. Big item.
Well, when this HBO show is a hit, that'll be a great item to have. The Jim Norton HBO script, $650 with 6 hours left. So that's just a few of the items that are pretty much, most of those items are going away today.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them. And we're going to add a lot of stuff today, I believe. Are we adding the autographed baseballs today, Eric? From Cal Ripken in the game.
We have the Cal Ripken one. The other ones haven't come up yet, but there's a big package coming from D.C., including the records from Lee Abrams.
How happy were you to see the baseballs make their first appearance at a signing with Ron and Fez and me, you, Jimmy? Signing baseballs is such a pain in the ass.
Why are we signing baseballs? We're DJs.
Because XM has Major League Baseball. I'm sure that's why.
So what? But that doesn't make sense. You don't have baseball players signing fat chicks in honor of this radio show.
That is true. It's very hard to sign a baseball.
You know what? If you have an autographed Opie and Anthony baseball, that's going to be a very rare item because I'm not signing anymore.
We deny signing them.
Let Ron and Fez sign
again.
the baseballs. And if Don suggests that we sign more baseballs, I'm going to have a new item that we sign, and it's called the XM Brick. And I'm going to sign 1 million of them, and then on cue, I'm going to tell all our fans to throw them at Don Wicklund.
Yeah.
Why?
No more baseballs. They're
hurt.
a pain in the ass.
Are they
to
hard
sign.
to sign? So easy to sign a sticker or a picture. A baseball.
I like most of America tried to become a Major League Baseball as I was growing, Major League Baseball player as I was growing up. I didn't make it. I don't want to be signing the stupid baseballs.
Did you want to be a ball player?
Yeah, but I was awful.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I sucked. I was the right field guy.
Did you do this in your mitt?
You have to.
The old fist in the mitt?
You have to. Come on.
Yeah, good point, though, Anthony. And the baseballs, they're a little smaller, I think, than regular baseballs to begin with.
Are they?
So it's even less room.
Less room. It's hard. It's because
But you figured it out.
Yeah, I kind of got it down. You place it on the table and put your hand on the table.
Because I kept looking over at Anthony. I'm like, how are you doing this? I can't figure this out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the best way to do it was? When you take, when Anthony's done with the ball, you take it, and you don't sign it, you just put it forward. That was the way I found to be very effective.
Oh, that's probably an even quicker way.
Yeah, and smudge everyone else's signature.
Let's say hi to Kevin in California. Kevin, what's going on?
What are they, home?
What?
Hey, what's up, Sugar Tits?
What's up,
Hi.
Kevin?
Hey, I was just letting you guys know, during that bidding on eBay, a lot of them guys do a lot of sandbagging. So you got to watch the last, 2 to 3 minutes of the auction on, a certain item, before it's about to close. I don't know if you guys will be on air at that time or whatever.
Why? What are they trying to do?
It'll get crazy at the last minute. Some, people will sandbag, will go low, wait low, and then the last 2 minutes they'll jump and bid high. It'll get crazy the last minute.
So does that mean we can make more money off these items?
You might.
I'm hoping, because 100% of the proceeds will go to the victims of Hurricane Katrina, so that would be a great thing.
Way to go, guys.
All right, well, a lot of these items going away today. You can check out all the items up for auction. There's a link on opieandanthony.com. Thank you, Kevin.
Later, boys.
All right, later. Speaking of Hurricane Katrina, it looks like New Orleans is coming back fast now.
Of course.
Coming back fast.
Of course. They were saying it's going to be 6 months before the water's pumped out, and now they're like, should be pretty much pumped out by October. Then, oh, my God, and the body bags are being flown in. There could be 10,000 dead, and now they're saying, ain't going to be that many dead.
The official number is 456.
And they've been looking in a lot of the houses.
For the entire hurricane so far.
They also get a line by asking people who's missing, things like that. And they say those estimates were way too high, and they're not going to be that high. it's still really bad for a hurricane.
And, by the way, they did not cancel Mardi Gras, just like we said. Or
Of course
Anthony
not.
said.
Business as usual. You got to make the money back, even if they just spruce up that area. But what a mess that's going to be.
What about all those areas, though? Weren't they flooded, the French Quarter? Like, how? Like, isn't there rot in the stores? Aren't they rotted?
I don't know if it was flooded that bad. I think their basements were and stuff, but they pump them out and they fix it.
We walked around down there. It's ugly to begin with.
The place stinks anyway.
It's ugly to begin with. I don't know how much real damage. Well, I shouldn't say that, I guess, but I don't know. They're already sweeping up. Let's just put it that way.
They're cleaning up.
They have a lot of video of people just starting to clean out their businesses and their homes and sweeping up around their houses and stuff.
Have you seen the
carting stuff away?
The controversy about the Red Cross debit cards that they're handing out?
$2,000 debit cards, right?
$2,000 debit cards is supposed to go out to families, households, they say. Doesn't matter how many people you have in your house, you only get one card per household. And they started giving these out at the Astrodome instead of the usual way they did it, which was to write checks to individuals and hand them the check that they would then have to cash. Through FEMA, they would get a check, the Red Cross, they would get a check, and they'd have to cash it. But since so many people lost their ID, a lot of these people don't have bank accounts, they decided they were just going to give them these Red Cross debit cards. They're special, they're white, got the little Red Cross on it, an account number like a regular credit card, and you got $2,000 on it. It says not for alcohol, tobacco, or firearms. Those are the only limitations on these things. Well, they started handing them out at the Astrodome. And they had to lock the Astrodome doors and stop handing these things out because people were just showing up at the Astrodome when they heard this and saying, "Where's mines?" You just kind of walk in and you get $2,000.
You could just walk into the Astrodome?
Apparently, some people figured it out, so they stopped doing that. Well, now these things are turning up in strange places. A couple of women were found at a Louis Vuitton in Atlanta, Georgia, using these Red Cross cards to buy personalized, monogrammed Louis Vuitton handbags that go for, I don't know, how much do they go for?
$800, $1,000.
Yeah, they're a lot of cash.
Wow.
Buying that. There's been other stories that there's people buying nice suits and things with these Red Cross cards, and it's not against the law, like they can't deny it in the store, say it's morally wrong. But they've informed people that they won't be accepting those at Louis Vuitton anymore.
Wouldn't you like to say to somebody, "What are you thinking? Why would you do this? Oh, look, you're just a silly person. Why would any silly person waste that kind of money?" I don't understand it.
Here's what they're supposed to do with that $2,000. You're supposed to use it to get out of whatever shelter or the Astrodome you're. Texas has said after the 17th, all bets are off. They're done. They're done with the refugees after the 17th. The money they give them is so they can get out.
Wait.
Go to either a hotel or something and get your own life back in order because we're done with you.
In a week?
That's what they said. By the 17th, that's it. So they hand out this $2,000, and that's supposed to be to get yourself a place to stay while you figure out other arrangements. It's not a permanent fix. Obviously, $2,000's not going to get you a house for any length of time or a hotel room, but that's pretty much a, look, we're done with you, make other arrangements, and here's a little time to give you time to make those arrangements.
Get a bus to Seattle to see Aunt Flo or whatever.
That's pretty much it. But no, they're using them to buy things and
monogrammed bag.
Well, you know what that is too. You can buy nice items and then sell them and get the cash. Because I don't think you can take out a cash advance on your Red Cross card.
Okay.
So it instantly gives you cash. They were also worried that when they're handing these things out, that these roving bands of thieves are just going to collect these things up from the weak. There's no name on them, so you could just grab these things and use them anywhere you want.
How do they prevent people from taking 2 or 3? Why do they prevent a husband and a wife from not splitting up and each getting one and saying, "I don't have any ID"?
I'm sure they have some kind of system.
I don't know what their system is, but you would think a lot of these people have no ID anyway. There's no ID. Perhaps they had to run through and get some type of ID that was set up there at the Astrodome. That's what I'm thinking, is they gave people...
I think they just, painted a red cross on their shoulders after they gave them a card.
Is that it? Sent them on their way?
Sent them on their way. Tattooed them.
Maybe some kind of an invisible ink of some sort.
Yeah,
like,
perhaps.
that would show up under an ultraviolet.
Maybe that's it.
Who knows?
But, you know, when you start giving out $2,000 to impoverished people, there's going to be people in there that want more than $2,000, and there's going to be weaker people that they could take it from. So now they've gone back to their usual method of names written on checks that have to be cashed through some establishment.
And then you do what you want with it.
Then, yeah, you do what you want with it. But, you know, obviously you should maybe take care of your kids.
Buy food.
Food.
Well, 60 Minutes did a whole thing on the hurricane. It was pretty interesting stuff. We got some clips.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the guy who got his hand stuck between a rock?
Oh, between a rock and a hard place.
You know,
Opie.
Chewed it off or something?
Well, that's the name of the book.
He cut it off.
Yeah, kind of cute. All right, so we got 60 Minutes doing their story on New Orleans. Let's take a listen to some of these clips here.
Too many people died because of...
Okay, this is the mayor. I'm sorry.
Of course
set this up. The mayor of New Orleans.
Too many people died because of lack of action, lack of coordination, and some goofy laws that basically say there's not a clear distinction of when the federal government stops and when the state government starts.
He's the mayor.
He's the mayor, all right.
He's the guy.
Go-to guy.
He's the guy.
Those goofy laws.
There's some goofy laws.
He's the guy. Like,
yeah.
9/11 happened. Everyone knew, Mayor Giuliani was in charge.
Yeah.
And then obviously the government, took over and did what they had to do. But before then, you knew who was in charge. It was Giuliani walking around and marching down there. And
Giuliani didn't have to put up with them goofy laws.
Right.
Like we do down home.
And Rudy didn't have a warning coming like they did down there. I mean, they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having an argument with someone over the weekend. That warning was like 10 days long. I remember getting a communique from ELO. Warning us that this hurricane was coming and that it could destroy New Orleans. That was at least a week out. At least a week out. He's saying this could be the biggest hurricane ever to hit the United States. Could be a Category 5. And if that's the case, it will destroy New Orleans. I was reading these emails close to a week out.
Not to mention exact, detailed writings about what happened that were printed a couple of years back in National Geographic. They had... The scenario that happened in New Orleans was spelt out pretty much word for word. It was amazing. When you read this thing, it tells of the toxic sewage, water, 18 feet high, the levee breaking, looting. Like, it spelt it out. Amazing. They knew that this could happen. It wasn't something where, well, we didn't know if a hurricane hit that this would happen.
And the mayor is just sitting there going, goofy laws.
When the federal and the state... the goofy law, let me quote from you the goofy law. Paragraph 2.
And the mayor then went on to say that he understood why it happened and he liked it, the people who were in charge of FEMA. But he just didn't like the goofy laws.
We got to start over now because I got to hear the mayor say goofy laws.
Goofy law.
Mayor Giuliani did not say goofy laws once during 9/11.
He said goofy laws.
Well, he has his own problem speaking them. Yeah.
Too many people died because of lack of action, lack of coordination, and some goofy laws that basically say there's not a clear distinction of when the federal government stops and when the state government starts. And if you have if the federal government takes over, then you're giving up some powers, or if the governor don't ask the president and the president don't ask the governor. And it was just BS.
No. Bureaucracy.
No.
Bull crap. When people are dying,
that would be
bureaucracy should be thrown out of the water.
Wow, he does not sound like he...
He sounds dumb. Bureaucracy should be thrown out of the water.
Thrown out of the water?
How did he win who did he run against?
Yeah, I'd like to see the person that lost.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they were too busy getting drunk hanging out on those damn Mardi Gras floats.
That guy is horrible.
He must be great during Mardi Gras. You know, he gets up on a float probably, waves to the crowd, they love it and everything. But the second a crisis comes in, oh, lordy.
When the president ain't talking to the governor, and people were talking.
The goofy law states, the federal government. The hell?
You don't want
goofy law.
I don't think you want your mayor ever saying just goofy law or laws. Well, we have more from this fine individual.
I watched a guy jump from the Superdome yesterday. Just couldn't take it anymore. We have 2 police officers that have committed suicide. They couldn't take it anymore. This is hell. And to have this happen in the United States of America, in the state of Louisiana, and to not have immediate response, regardless of the laws,
is crazy, bad, what?
I think it. Yeah, I don't know. That's where that track just ends.
Well, the mayor then went on to say that this shit was fucked up.
You know what the national response authorities would say. It's a disaster. It's hard to get stuff in there. It's hard to fly the helicopters and the trucks in there.
Man, I don't want to hear any of that. This is a national disaster on U.S. soil. And if we can deploy troops around the world, if we can deploy National Guards in a confined area, this is a small city. It's about 500,000 people. We're not talking about taking over a country. We're talking about 500,000 people, and with all the resources that this state and this country has, it should have gotten done quicker.
You kind of made that point with the if it was Al-Qaeda down there or something, but
the truth of the matter is, the government isn't there. They're not going to be there in disasters like this immediately. It just isn't going to ever happen like that because the government isn't this all-knowing, all-seeing being that takes care of us. They're there after the disaster. They fix the roads, they put the power back on, they do that. But during and immediately after the disasters that can happen, it's pretty much based on your own individual strengths and weaknesses, who will live, who will die, who will be okay, who won't be okay. That's just the way it is. We can't sit here. We like to think the government's going to swoop in and help us, but it's just not. That's not the way it works. It works like that in the movies. In real life, you got to suck it up. You got to take care of yourself and your own, and then when the government comes in, they'll fix everything. That's it.
You read the article in Daily News about what a mess New Orleans was before? They were talking about the looting and stuff, and they were just saying that, look, this was a crime-ridden place. I mean,
yeah.
They had half the murders of New York, I think, a few years ago, and there's 500,000 there. There's 8 million here.
Yep.
And they had half the murders.
They have a huge problem down there that just was never really addressed. Everyone likes to say it's a great place to go to see the culture and everything. But how about the crime? How about the fact that during Mardi Gras we looked down and just watched black people beating up white people?
I walked around the French Quarter during the day when we were down there for Mardi Gras. I did not feel safe at all.
No.
And this was Mardi Gras.
No.
It just felt like there could be a problem at any moment. All right, let's move on here. Another quote from the mayor here.
And they don't have a clue what's going on down here. They flew down here one time, 2 days after the doggone event was over, with TV cameras, all kind of goddamn, excuse my French, everybody in America. But I am pissed.
He is pissed. That was a radio rant
pissed
that he had.
Then again, I kind of like to hear a politician speaking honestly. I don't know if this guy's a complete retard or if I like him.
Yeah, I think he's rolling on that whole thing that it worked for him when he said, get your asses on a plane and get down here. And people are like, wow, that's strong of the mayor to say that. Talking about Bush or anybody to just come down here. He said, get your asses on a plane and get down here. And now he's just the potty mouth mayor. Listen, motherfucker. It's Samuel L. Mayer.
He's got a wallet that says Mayor Motherfucker.
It's the one that says Mayor Motherfucker.
All right, we got something from the Lieutenant General Honore, I think is his name. Yes. Right?
They're seeing, the starving people and evacuations and the lawlessness, and, that's all entertaining. But I'm
sorry, this is another one from the mayor. Talking about seeking out bodies.
They're seeing, the starving people and evacuations and the lawlessness, and, that's all entertaining. But let me tell you what's getting ready to happen. We're getting ready to drain this city, and then we're going to go and seek and find missions for dead bodies. And the body count is going to go up, and it's going to go up to a tremendous level. And then everybody's going to start to wonder. That more people die because of the storm, or because of the lack of response? And that's going to be the big question.
It's not about the coffee in my cup, Mayor. I won't say the rest of that line.
And they're saying the
Pulp Fiction. Great movie.
They're saying the death toll is going to be a lot less than they originally thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of good news, no?
Yeah. Well, it depends on who you ask, I guess. But the majority of the country, I think, would say, yes, it's a good thing. There's probably a few that would say it's a bad thing.
Well, you know, maybe the mayor should have really been on top of it before the hurricane hit, warning the people, telling them maybe they shouldn't go up to the attic, or if they do, make sure they have some way of getting through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's where you're going to find a lot of your dead, they're saying.
It's easy to say that, though, before you know people were going to go up into their attic. I don't know.
You got to think that's what they were going to do, though. You got to think on your feet if you're the mayor of the city. I don't.
Hello? Hello?
The phones are just answering themselves.
That was interesting. All of a sudden, it just happened.
Yeah, something's a little weird with the phones today. All right, here's the Lieutenant General Honore talking about the Superdome.
It took time to get here. And who on that first day knew the levee was going to break? We are blessed in a way that those people made it to the dome.
The dome was a blessing?
It was a blessing. What would have been the opposite of the storm? They all would have drowned. We would have lost a hell of a lot more people. A hell of a lot more people would have perished.
The guy makes a great point.
Yeah.
You know, you heard about the nightmare that was the Superdome inside there, but where would those people would have been just wandering around the streets?
Yeah. That's another, 20,000 people.
20,000 people
walking around.
There would have been a lot more dead than the ones that ended up dying in the Superdome.
Yeah.
If they never used the Superdome. Mm-hmm. The guy makes a pretty good point there.
Are they
as awful as the conditions were inside?
You read somewhere they're going to knock it down?
Yeah, they said that last week. It's done.
Oh, jeez.
It's completely done.
It can't be fixed?
No, the damage is too great.
Wow.
Yeah, it can't be fixed. They're going to demolish that. And then you got the Saints winning yesterday. That was a little weird.
Did they? I didn't notice because there was 14 seconds left, and then Fox just switched off the game.
Boy. Oh,
14 seconds left. It's a tie game.
Games, if you see one you like.
Oh.
All right, so let's say hi to Darrell in D.C. Darrell, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, I was calling to say you guys are kind of hypocrites on this little issue about the New Orleans flooding and so forth.
All right, why is that, sir?
Because I listened to your show during the World Trade Center bombing and so forth, how sad you guys were and, you know, how down you guys were.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because you seen more people like yourself, which is white, or you made an issue out of it, less of an issue because most of the people that are dying is black.
That's not. Let me interrupt you. I know what you're saying, dude, but no. Part of it is the coverage is that, first of all, after the World Trade Center bombing, you didn't have reports of rapes and murders. It was a different type of a thing, and it's also, there was a lot of planning for this that should have been. Now they're playing a blame game. After 9/11, nobody was playing the blame game.
Because there was an enemy. It's
right.
Like, you can't get mad at a hurricane and, you know, try to bring a hurricane to justice.
But no one is thinking, the black people, who cares? White people, no one is thinking that, dude. No one.
And I think what also made us a little sensitive to the fact is that I was smelling rotting bodies.
Yeah,
firsthand.
We were a lot closer to the 9/11 thing.
Yeah, a little different. I'm sure if you're down there in New Orleans, this is going to touch you a little more.
We all knew people that died on 9/11. You know, this is just how we think as humans. I mean, the further you are away from a tragedy, it doesn't affect you as much.
That's right.
Sorry. It just doesn't. I mean, you know, I was sad by a lot of the images from the hurricane, but 9/11, it was so much worse for me personally.
And already you're hearing about people like, you know, and again, after 9/11, you heard about people trying to capitalize, too. It just didn't happen as fast.
You know, when there's a hurricane or some earthquake on the other side of the world that kills 1,000, every once in a while you'll see that in the paper, like 1,000 dead from an earthquake. You give it like maybe 30 seconds, like, oh well, let's see what the Jets did last night.
Oops.
Because you're so far away from the actual tragedy. It's just the reality of those things.
So, dude, how come you don't think we're handling it right? Because I mean, we were screaming about how horribly the government was responding, and we're doing stuff to try to raise money for the people. I'm not sure what you're saying.
Right, but you're making fun of the mayor. The mayor of New Orleans is
dude. He sounds like an idiot.
Dude,
come on,
those quotes are awful.
He's not being politically correct with some of the things he says.
No, it's not PC. Go ahead.
Yeah, but But once a state of emergency is declared, the government and FEMA takes over, and they move in and mobilize troops and things like that within those areas, like they do in Florida.
You're probably right.
If you know within Florida, I mean, I work with some of those guys, and we actually went down to Florida during their hurricane, and we get a 24-hour notice and a plane ticket before the time. So during this, they were denying people and nurses to go down there because they haven't received the proper authority to go.
FEMA was atrocious. We smashed FEMA. And the only reason we're making fun of the mayor is because of his quotes. He said those goofy laws. He's not coming off sounding like a guy who should be leading you post-tragedy.
Yeah, Giuliani was quoting Churchill during 9/11.
Yeah.
And this guy's going, those goofy laws. I mean, come on.
But
Giuliani bull crap.
Huh? 10 city square block. This is the entire city.
Yeah, but you have
and
to...
the reason why the body count is going to be so low is because most of those bodies are washed out to sea.
You think?
They're washed out.
Maybe some of them. All right, maybe some of them.
I don't know about that.
They'll still get an accurate body count. They don't need. They have a body count in the World Trade Center. A body count means total dead. It doesn't mean physical bodies. So they'll get the body count. I mean, like the World Trade Center, they didn't recover a lot of the bodies, and they still know how many people died. It's just a figure of speech.
Yeah, and most of the bodies are going to be found in the houses because people at least got off the streets at the last minute. I mean, there's some that didn't make it. You're right, but the majority of bodies are going to be found in buildings.
But most of the people that stayed there were either homeless or very poor. So homeless people, I'm pretty sure nobody's going to know where they have no family. Well, they have family, but nobody knows where they are.
Some.
So,
Do we really care about the homeless? Just a question.
Obviously not.
Just a question, not a statement. Do we really care? Seriously. I see them in New York all the time, and people are just bothered by them.
Yeah,
they don't feel sorry anymore. They're just bothered. Like, why are you in my way? Why?
I mean, I'm just pointing out some facts, man. I mean, like
we all like to think we're do-gooders and we have a heart, but the reality is, I see it in New York all the time. These people are just in the way.
But the facts are, we smashed FEMA. We felt we definitely were furious at the way the government was responding in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We're talking about the way the mayor is being quoted and the things he's saying. Look, let's be honest. They don't sound particularly mayoral.
Right, but I can understand why he's doing it because it's frustrating.
Hey, a big quote from the president just hit the TV. I swear it's a real quote. It says Bush wants to find out what went right and what went wrong.
Yeah.
That's his quote this morning. Yeah, that's just what he does. But I mean, like I said, we work with my company works with the government with disasters and setting up communications back to those areas.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an event in Florida, it's automatically done. It's a done deal. Or any major city or any city, when they declare a state of emergency, we're always there. But just so happened on this case, there's happened to be a lot of black people there that.
I think it's
nothing happened.
I think it's more an impoverished thing than a black thing. It just so happens that most of the impoverished down there are black.
No,
I mean, it's a poor area. The help is going to go into poor areas a lot slower than it is in a wealthy area. That's just the way this country works.
Right. If it happened in Kentucky where there's a poor white area, help wouldn't be slow. It happened in Mississippi and
I think it would be slow because the resources just aren't there. It's a poor area.
In Mississippi and Alabama, the resources wasn't slow. We had 10 guys that went out there for Mississippi, and they went there before they went to New Orleans.
I think they were 3 days late. The government 2.5 to 3 days late. You got to give them a day or two to get things down there. I don't think anybody realized it would be as bad as it was. And local government down there was atrocious. I'm sorry, the mayor and the governor did not handle things as well as they should have, and the federal government didn't either. But you can't just throw it all on the federal government, like I was originally saying. It was all Bush. But then the more you hear about the things they could have done, the more you realize, all right, they dropped the ball too.
Right, but once they issue a state of emergency, the government issues that. The state government doesn't have any control over that anymore. The government takes over. That's why they issue that.
Well, they were atrocious too.
They set it up. That's what I'm saying. 24 hours before.
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. They didn't set up any buses. They knew that the state itself didn't have enough buses to bus these people out. That there were going to be people left, and they sent no one. They didn't mobilize any helicopters within the area at certain Air Force bases, like what they do within Florida when national disasters hit there.
All right, Darrell.
Point, sir.
All right, let's get back to this from 60 Minutes. Flood wall expert talking about the New Orleans situation.
We learned something that surprised us here.
Yes.
Despite what you've been hearing, not one of New Orleans' levees failed. All of the massive earthen levees survived. The failure was in flood walls like this one on the 17th Street Canal. The flood walls are miles long, but only 2 feet thick. The walls were designed in 1965 to...
2 feet thick?
Yeah.
Is that
2 feet?
I thought it was the levees that broke.
Everyone thought that. I did too.
Yeah.
It was just these flood walls that weren't as strong as the levees?
When the levees went over, if they went over the levees, right? They kind of flooded over the levees?
No, I think it was just the wall breaking. They have these canals that come out of the lake. That kind of do you ever do that to when you're a little kid, to a little puddle, and you make a little river coming off the puddle in the mud? Yeah, when you're a little kid. It's pretty much the same thing. They just kind of pulled water from the lake down this river, almost, a little canal, and then put walls on either side of it to keep it from overflowing when the lake gets full. But that's what broke, those cement walls, and flooded in, as we all know.
All right, let's continue.
Designed in 1965 to withstand a Category 3 storm, Category 4 Katrina pushed her surge over the top. What could have been done before now to prevent this from happening?
I don't know. I don't think...
You know this better than anyone.
Well, yeah, but you see, there was not sufficient money or time to do anything about this. If somebody had said, okay, here's $1 billion, stop this failure from happening for a Category 4, it couldn't have been done in time. I'd have had to start 20 years ago. To where I feel today, I would have been safe from a Category 4 storm like Hurricane Katrina.
Shouldn't this have been done 20 years ago?
Sure, it should have been done 20 years ago. But, you know, what can we do about that? You have to recognize before we had Category 3 protection, we didn't have anything.
Are we really shocked that that's going on in America?
No.
You know how many bridges you drive over every day are ready to crumble at any moment? Seriously. And they know that. Mm-hmm. They know. Yeah. They're not going to all of a sudden start a project to fix every single bridge in America. What happens is what happened in, like, Connecticut a few years back. All of a sudden it just falls down.
Falls down, and then oops,
few people died, you know.
And then they go around, and maybe if one's really bad, they might work on that one for a while.
Then they fix a few that they really know are in deep trouble just to make it look good, and that's that. There's bridges falling down, you know, every year in America. There's so many structures around America that are ready to just go.
Yep.
60 Minutes asking the question like they're surprised that this wasn't taken care of. Of course they knew. But it was going to be too expensive to all of a sudden, you know, get it all set for a Category 4 or 5.
Stuff just breaks over time. That's what happens.
And they know it's going to break, and it's figured into the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Because as Americans, they don't care about us as individuals. It's just stats.
The masses, the
It's
country,
just stats.
Americans.
Well, we could fix every single bridge in America by the year 2020, right? Or we'll fix them from time to time, and we have figured maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred people will die between now and 2020.
Figured in, it works.
That's what they do. There's no surprise there, of course. Now it'll be fixed, because now they have to.
Now they're going to have to put some kind of huge walls up.
You watch the wall they build now.
It'll be giant. 15 feet thick.
Oh, of course. All right, we're back to the mayor here.
Do you believe... Can I
ahead.
just jump in here? Maybe I'm wrong to get annoyed at this. In the Daily News, there's a picture of the two towers, the two light towers where the Trade Center were, like where they do every 9/11.
Yes.
And underneath it says Con Edison. Like, is that a fucking ad?
That's an ad, yes.
Is fucking Con Ed...
Yeah.
Using the towers of light that where the Trade Center were as an ad... For your fucking... is that what they're doing?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Is that an ad? Yeah. Or is it a, you know, we're with you as New York and...
well, I think that'd be one and the same. If you're putting your logo... If you need to put your logo beneath what you've done...
That means you're drawing attention to, the fact that you did it. Yeah, that you're Con Edison.
Yeah.
Of course.
Look at that.
They're trying to do it tastefully.
Do you think they give them the power for that for free?
Yeah, that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, so as a trade-off, they get a little ad.
Yeah, get an ad. Yeah, that's nice.
Oof. Yeah, that is a little much.
Time is weird, too, man, because the coverage on 9/11 was so much less this year than last year.
Oh, every year it'll just
Every year
be
it
less
just
and less.
dwindles a little more.
I didn't realize it was even the 10th. Like, I didn't realize, oh, shit, yeah, the other until somebody said it. It was like,
Yeah.
you're just starting to fall back into regular life.
Yeah.
This
I remember
really
the first
annoys me.
anniversary, it was all over. I was watching all the coverage and everything. And now, you know, obviously, I'm not forgetting, that's for sure. But just enough. I can't hear any more about it. I know everything about it.
Here's another question, though. Do you think the president should have been there?
Probably, yeah.
I think he should be there every year as long as he's in office.
Where was he?
Especially the guy that was in office when it happened. Maybe when there's a new president in there, maybe that'll be a little different. But I think Bush should be there every year.
He wasn't there, huh? Wow.
I don't
didn't know
think
that.
so.
So they
right?
go to World War II stuff, and they go to Vietnam.
Yeah, still.
Which is they should do.
Bush was in office,
year.
obviously, when it happened, and I think he should be there every year until he's out of office. Simple as that. It just mark your calendar. You're going to New York every year on 9/11.
Where was he?
You know, where was he? Huh? What a disaster president he is. God, he's had 9/11 and this big hurricane thing. The war. Whoa.
All right.
Just a whole bad vibe about his presidency. It's just been bad right from the start.
All right.
Enough. It will be refreshing to get someone new in there that just like enough of this like the shit that's happened since he's been in. And I'm not blaming or anything. I'm just saying, you know, it's just a bad buzz he's got.
Yeah, let's just start anew.
Just start new, man.
Can the Democrats please just put one guy out that isn't a complete liberal on crime or taxes, and I'll vote for him. Please, just one guy who's kind of okay with taxes and doesn't want to rape you for half your cash.
Well, we got Hillary, so that should be good.
That's true, and she's a guy.
All right, here we go. Another quote from the mayor of New Orleans. You know, I was reading the paper, going back to the 9/11 thing. You know that 74% of New Yorkers voted for Kerry?
Yeah.
Or against Bush, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
I know New York is a Democratic state. I was amazed that it was that high, though.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of liberals here in New York.
74% voted against Bush in the last election.
That's why it's a
in New York.
miracle that Giuliani won twice, and then Bloomberg, who is an ex-Democrat, but he's still, you know, under the Republican.
Bloomberg's going to win again.
Yeah, he hasn't done
who the
anything
hell's
awful.
running against him? On a personal level, on a couple of things with Bloomberg, you're like, what an ass. But, again, like Giuliani, he's just kind of made the city better during his time in there. Like Giuliani, everyone hated him, man. It was just, but when he took office to the time he left, the difference between New York City was amazing. Amazing.
There's a mayoral candidate, by the way, who does all this weird stuff. Just
Bernie Getz?
Yeah.
Not Bernie, but one of the guys Bernie mentioned.
What about his candidacy?
Yeah, they don't mention that.
This guy here, you've seen his face, the guy who has the two little hair things here.
Right.
Christopher Brodeur, he's like a real, like one of these alternative guys, man.
Man.
And he's actually dating Jessica, who came in here and played guitar back when we first came on.
Yeah, sure.
So if we want to get him on, we
Really?
probably could. Yeah, they've been together for a while.
Has he been to any of the debates?
Oh, he goes, he disrupts them. I don't know
That's-
the guy. I met him once. You know, we chatted very briefly. But I'm sure we'd be able to get him in. And he is a mayoral candidate. There's a thing in the Post about him.
All right.
An odd guy.
We have just 3 more sound clips here. 60 Minutes did a whole thing on the New Orleans situation. Here's the mayor again.
Consider being in my shoes. What would you have done? And if I said anything disrespectful to the office of the president or the governor, I apologize. But tell me what we're going to do now.
And what did the president say?
The president basically said, Mr. Mayor, I know we could have done a better job, and we're going to fix it.
President acknowledged to you that it wasn't handled in the best way?
Well, he said they could have done better.
Duh. Here's the Lieutenant General again.
Now think about this. Every house that's flooded right now, we have to go in and see if there's anybody in it. And God forbid, take those who didn't make it. Every building, every room.
What are you going to find, sir?
A cute little
I think we're going to find a lot of
puppy.
people.
Stupid question.
What are you going to find,
What
sir?
do you think you're going to find, you ass? That's Stone Phillips, right?
I don't know. That's 60 Minutes?
Yeah, it was 60 Minutes.
I saw that last
Stone's
night. I thought
funny.
are you sure that doesn't sound like anything I heard on 60 Minutes?
Maybe they got it wrong. Maybe it was. They're all the same program. I don't know.
No, because I
20,
48 hours.
Yeah.
They did a great thing. Ed Bradley did a story last night on the.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the old curmudgeons that you're used to hearing on 60 Minutes.
And they had the guy who they focused on were the cops, and the guy who was the police lieutenant or the police chief was great. Just
really
calling the cops that left cowards, and oh man, was he smashing the guys that walked off the job. It was great.
Wow. Yeah, they had a high desertion rate, and then the cops looting in the stores. I saw that one. Oof.
I don't blame the cops for walking off the job.
Why is that?
Because they had to worry about their own asses.
I know, but
they
when
didn't
you
have houses to go to,
when
and
you take that
and
oath,
they had to worry about their families.
You're taking that oath. You have to fulfill your duty. It's more than just a paying job. It's
I understand
not like you work
that,
at the
but
deli counter.
I don't blame them. You said a few times that every man for themselves. You got to take care of your own and your family and stuff. You want these cops going down to the French Quarter or where have you when they don't even know if their own families are safe.
When you take that job, it's like the people that join the army to go to school. And then they are upset and worried and everything else when a war kicks up. Sorry. It's not like you just signed on for a student loan.
But the reality is they're going to desert. They're just going to.
But you're not
supposed to. I get that.
And it's not just like the average Joe.
This is a laugh question, but you're a cop down in New Orleans. You have a family.
Yeah.
Two things that would never happen.
Right.
And all of a sudden this hurricane hits. You're staying on the job?
I wouldn't.
Wouldn't you at least make sure your family's okay, get them to an aunt's house or get them out of the area, and then maybe go back on the job?
You know what?
You're showing up to work knowing that your family's still officially not safe.
When you take these jobs, you have to realize that that's part of what might happen, and that should be part of your decision to take those jobs, and that's why I would never take that job. I'm a every man for himself guy.
Oh man, Ant would just run over kids if he had to.
When I get
Ant would get in that big gas guzzler of his and just plow people down to get out of that area.
When I get on a plane and I look at the exits on the plane, I'm not looking at which way I have to go. You know how they talk about the aisles will be lighted and you step out and get this aisle. I look at as the crow flies from where I am to the door and who I'm going to have to run over the top of, over the seats, to get to that exit. And I will look at women, elderly, and children, and plot out my route over their fucking heads to get off of the plane.
Here's how you sum it up. I agree with the I agree with the police chief. I would have behaved like the deserting officers.
Yeah, I know. We didn't even...
He's right, and yes, I would have done exactly what they did.
The same thing. What?
Oh, no.
What? Something funny over there? Jesus.
Yes, Jimmy? This can only mean one thing. Jimmy's gotten to the comics, Anthony.
Oh, look at that.
Jimmy has made it to the comics.
Dude, I know it's a
I gotta
serious
explain. I gotta explain to people. We start the show. Jimmy starts reading the newspaper. He did the Con Edison thing a little while ago, and he finally got to the middle of the paper. And I guess you've seen a few comics you like.
It sounds like a couple or a real hoot.
This one here, it's Marmaduke, and he's walking in, and he looks like he's been drinking or whatever, and the guy who's opening the door goes, I suppose you'll be sleeping in late tomorrow morning. Well, I have to get up for work. Marmaduke's been drinking or something.
What does that mean?
Dude, they did not do this. These Longhorns. He's sitting there, right? And the look on his face, you got to see it.
Wait, what paper are you in? I got to play
The
along.
Daily News.
All right.
The Daily News. Page 47.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Fan pass out laughing hats. Oh, my God. I'm losing my breath.
All right, go ahead there.
Page 47, the Longhorns. Yeah. He's sitting there in a chair, and he's looking at her, and she's walking away. She ain't even looking at him, and on her shirt it says 913.
Huh.
And he goes, you're determined I won't...
We start over? You're laughing too hard.
He goes, you're determined I won't forget our anniversary this year, aren't you? She's got the date on her shirt. absolutely crying.
Always hysterical.
Oh my God, I can't read these when we're not on break. Wow.
Well, keep reading the comics, Jimmy, because someone has a problem with me here. It's Andrew.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Opie, I got a comment. I was a former NYPD. I'm a cop down in Miami. And you don't walk off the job. You don't. I mean, we've had hurricanes down here. Look at the guys at 9/11. What would happen if they walked off the
Right.
job? Take care of their family.
They walked in there.
I'm not saying it. Hold on, Andrew. I'm serious. I'm not saying it's okay to walk off the job, but I could see why they would.
Okay, but
Obviously, you'd want the cops not to walk off the job. Of course, I get that.
It's never happened. It's never happened.
I'm not sitting there going, "Hey, way to go, guys! Way to walk off the job." But I could see why their thought process that they're thinking, "I got to take care of my family first."
I tell you, every single cop in America is disgusted with those guys because it's the same oath. It doesn't matter if you're in a little city in Iowa or a big city in New York. It's the same oath. You take that job, you know it's going to happen. It's something bad, especially in New Orleans when they know that something like this could happen. Down in Miami, we know hurricanes that are going to happen. I mean, of course, it didn't nowhere near New Orleans, but 10 people died from this hurricane in Miami.
Right.
Some of those families could have been cops.
Sure.
You never hear earthquakes in California, the Oklahoma City bombing, the NYPD with 9/11. You never hear it. They lost a third of their police force. 1/3 of their police force just walked off the job. I mean, it's insane. It just does not happen. It does not happen. Maybe a few guys will walk off or check their status, but they're back. They should have came back. They haven't even come back. This has been close to a month now.
Right.
It's insane. Insane.
Okay. Good job, Andrew. Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
All right. Ian M. from Toronto is trying to call me out. The aisles will be lighted, on fire, lighted. I think you mean lit.
I thought lit too, but I think Anthony is right.
It is correct to use either.
I believe
You can
so.
use either.
Wait, what was that about?
The aisle pass will be lighted.
The lights on the aisle
Oh, yeah,
will be lighted. That is actually a word.
I probably said lit.
Use it like
But
that.
I don't really know much.
Jack off. Toronto figures.
Oh, Jimmy!
Wait, not another one. How much joy can be in one paper?
Oh, but dude, whoever writes Beetle Bailey, this guy,
well,
just,
enough said.
The old Sarge is looking at Beetle, and Beetle's doing something. I think it's with a grenade. He's trying to unscrew it. So the Sarge goes, they're in a hole.
Uh-huh.
And the Sarge looks at Beetle, and Beetle's got his tongue out, his helmet's on. He's trying to unscrew this thing. And the Sarge goes, just push down and twist. And in the next frame,
It's more than one frame.
2 frames,
Uh-oh.
Beetle has thrown the grenade, and Beetle's going, when did they start putting child-proof caps on hand grenades?
That's terrific.
Funny stuff.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And you get this on a daily basis. It's
Dude,
amazing that they
these
could come up with
guys-
stuff like that every day.
All for 50 cents. A little news, a little sports, and the comics, Anthony.
Shouldn't be one person out there depressed.
There you go. One more clip from the mayor as Jimmy looks through the comics here, talking about the death toll in New Orleans. We're all over the ball field today.
We think we evacuated 80% of the people in the city as it relates to this particular event. Do the math. That's 100,000 left. We've evacuated 35,000 people so far. Let's say there's another 15,000. There's 50,000 people unaccounted for. But which number you want to pick? 5%? 10%? 15%? I don't know, but I think it's going to be significant.
That's some fucked up, repugnant shit. Well, they seem to be pulling it together now.
It's going to be a lot lower than the 10,000 they originally feared. It's still, obviously a tragedy. Anthony's, okay, so we're going to move on here. The Hurricane Katrina thing, we got our auction going on, okay? You go to opieandanthony.com, the link is there. There are a bunch of items that are ending within the hour, Anthony.
Uh-oh.
Final bids coming in for the Opie and Anthony Dick Cavett Show Rock Icons DVD autographed by Dick Cavett. If you want to bid on that, you only have like 19 minutes left. There's a couple of those. There's some WWE stuff autographed by John Cena and Chris Jericho and Triple H. All that's going away within the hour. So if you want to make some final bids on those items, go to opieandanthony.com and click on the link. All the proceeds will go to the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Wow, really? The auction is just shy of $32,000 so far. And we're going to add more items today and the rest of the week. Yes, Jimmy.
Can I ask an honest question? Is there anybody that actually, just laughs through all these?
That actually reads it and laughs?
I have to ask what this means.
All right.
This is called For Better or Worse.
Uh-huh.
And it's two women hugging. It's a daughter and her mom. Daughter's an adult, the mom's an adult.
Okay, it's hot already.
Yeah, of course it is.
Getting hotter.
And they're standing by a car. There's luggage. Obviously, one of them's getting ready to leave. Thanks for everything, Mom. We've had a great visit. And then the daughter says, you sure you'll be okay driving all the way home alone? And the mom says, I'm sure. And the mom says, I have food, water, a full tank of gas. And the daughter says, what about music? I'll get some. Let me act it out. What about music? I'll get you some music. And then the daughter says, here, I guarantee these will keep you awake. She's handing the mom some CDs.
Uh-huh.
So now the last frame is the mom's driving, and out of the speakers you hear, thump, boompa, thud, biat, boomp. And then click, and then the mom says, but only if I listen to them.
Right. Yeah.
See if she could tolerate the music.
She can't take the music. Would have kept her awake.
Thump, boompa, thud, biat, boom.
I love that song. That's fantastic.
Thump, boopa.
Thump.
It's got to be the latest from Sheryl Crow, I'm thinking.
It was probably rap.
Nothing?
And Mom couldn't take it.
Right.
I probably should have went with, I don't know, maybe someone even mellower.
Well, no, Sheryl Crow has a great song called Dating a Guy with One Ball Was My Greatest Mistake.
All right.
Thump, thumpa.
That's what Bob Kelly brought to the program, the fact that Ben can't say Halloween, and then we get him in here and he says Halloween perfectly.
No, he certainly did.
That's all you got today?
He went Halloween.
You were all
Halloween.
excited because he didn't say Halloween to you, right? So
No.
you told Jim, and Jim sets the whole thing up on the air, and he says it perfectly.
He said Halloween. When I was out there, he goes, yeah, we're having a party on Halloween. I went, what'd you say? He went, Halloween. And I went, are you fucking with me? And he goes, no. I go, Halloween? He goes, oh, yeah, whatever, Halloween.
Whatever.
And then I told Jim, and he's like, don't do it. Don't keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And I did, and then it fucking backfires on me.
Well, Ben probably knew what I was getting at because he kept saying the 31st. Who the fuck refers to Halloween as the 31st?
Yeah. He was already on to it.
I know he was.
I hate that.
God. What do you say for Christmas? Happy 25th? Creep?
Yeah.
Nothing on that one? Jesus, that was a joke. Well, give it, get a big laugh.
Give us time to let it digest a little.
All right. Hey, this is Ben. Huh? Remember that moment?
Bob, you brought in something for our Opie and Anthony auction?
Yeah, man. I brought in a couple couple little things.
Oh, look the
what
big...
kind of bag is that?
This is called I'm fucking gay bag.
Wow.
This is
a
a nice
Puma
bag.
That's a weird bag.
What color? What blue is that?
You
Is
gotta
that
be
periwinkle?
You got to be either black or gay to be carrying that bag around.
And I'm neither.
No.
Well, that's the problem.
But this is electric blue, Anthony.
Is it electric blue?
Yeah, if you were
What does it
looking
say
for
on the
this color.
side?
This right here?
Yeah, I
You know
really...
what?
I really can't
It
read
says,
that.
hold my hand, man.
I don't know. Shattenboxer? Shattenboxer?
Wow.
Shattenboxer. Nice talking to you.
All right.
I don't know what that is. All right, items for bid.
All right, first off, we have... I
Big
brought
reveal,
some,
Anthony. The big reveal.
I brought,
live on our show. Ooh.
Oh.
6 CDs.
Cool.
Which you'll make around,
Yeah.
$1.80.
Oh, no, you'll make some money on those. You'll sign them, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll sign them.
I got a
too.
couple of
Wait. Your CD, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I got this, which is cool. Brought this in, signed by Jim Norton. This is the Yellow Discipline Tour.
Signed by Jimmy Norton.
Yeah, he actually made me and Keith wear these
Yeah.
around our necks. As
All
his openers.
access.
Kenny made laminates, and I made him and
Just
Keith
so you
wear
could
them.
just so you could get around backstage, you know. It's,
And they're not even kidding. They wouldn't let us back at certain places, and we're on the friggin' show.
It says all access, and
He
they
made
wouldn't
us
let
wear
you-
this,
yeah.
and then he signed them on the back.
What
he
a
made
guy.
us wear it. But Keith grabbed his. I'm not wearing nothing. God damn it! That little friggin' troll.
Like I'm branded by that motherfucker. Yeah.
I opened for Wanda. And I got this too. The original Colin Quinn show on NBC.
Wow.
I collect these passes.
Remember that?
Yeah. So this is this you'll never get this. This is an item.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
I'd like to bring this on the
Very
Antique
rare.
Road Show. Find out how much this is worth.
Yeah.
There's only 3 episodes done live on NBC. You guys remember, and
of course.
Then of course NBC made a terrible mistake and didn't pick the show up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I figured maybe Colin can sign this, or we could, whatever.
All right.
And then I got. Good one. I got this.
Oh
boy,
see,
the
that's
Mac Daddy.
the item.
Come on.
I brought in my. What the fuck is that?
It's a tissue that was used to nothing. I coughed into it a few times.
Yeah, it's just a little snot. Relax.
It's like an airborne Ebola virus. I brought in the my knee brace from when I broke my knee.
Yes, man.
Yeah, I was up in the middle of nowhere in Delhi, New York, at the Buena Vista Hotel. Nobody's up there.
Garden spot.
Yeah, it's just me. I'm checking into this shitty hotel. And there's a guy behind me, and he heard me check in, and I'm turn around. He goes, "I broke my knee, man." I was like, "You got to be shitting me!" In the middle of fucking nowhere.
Wait, the Buena Vista, which is the one that they always put comedians at?
Yeah.
It's a motel. It's awful. I've stayed there before.
Yeah.
We're going up there again, me and you.
If I don't have to cancel, because my schedule
Oh,
is
I
sweet.
hope you cancel.
How was it?
I hope you cancel.
Why, you don't do it?
I was
Place is
fine.
awful.
Last time I did it, I bombed.
Really?
But I went to the school 4 times, killed every time. Headlining, going up last. I go with him. I'm all cocky. I think I'm going to go out there and just improv with the crowd. I picked the wrong black girl in the front row. She just snaps on me. The whole crowd turns. I bomb for 20 minutes. And I walk off stage. The guy at the school's laughing at me like, "Ha ha, you bombing." And then I'm like, Norton's going to bomb. If I just bomb, Norton's bombing in front of a black crowd. There's no way they're going to buy his shit. This cocksucker annihilates. Yeah. He has like the best set ever. He's like prolific and saying things and slowing down, and they're listening and talking. Nobody's heckling. At the end, they give him a standing ovation. Ugh.
They're actually, to be honest with you, it's like that's I've had great success at that school. I'm due for a good load in the face in that one, but they've always been great. So they do it in a little theater. The show is set up well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what it is? You've just been there too much. That's all. Sometimes it happens. You do the gig too much, and whatever happens.
Right. Never to jinx my little pal. I've never seen Jimmy bomb. I've never seen him bomb.
You see me in situations where it's pretty much I'm headlining, or I was working with Dice, or you never saw me like at the cellar, like on a Monday working out, or just sitting.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Or the famous night at Dangerfields in front of 10 people.
Oh yeah, Jesus!
I wish we had
10
a tape
people
of
at
that.
Dangerfields. Jesus Christ!
No joke. It was like 10. I mean, it was just a Tuesday. No one knew Jimmy was coming. It's all about just working on the act. But that was a great night.
I'll have to go to some of those Monday gigs. I don't.
It's
great.
Watching Jimmy bomb is the funniest thing ever. You know he's going to come out in the hallway, spit in the carpet, throw a water ball. Whatever's in his hand, he's going to throw and just smash.
All angry.
These people, I hope they all die of something. And then he's just going to walk out the door. And then 10 minutes later, he's going to come back. "Hey, what's up, man? You like, you all right?" "Yeah, I'm fine. These fucking people, ugh."
I've gotten to the point where I get so angry at them when they groan, I've actually spit on the stage. Because I physically want to spit on the audience sometimes. Right. Like, I can't hide my revulsion. And I've actually come to the point where I will spit on the stage.
He spits in his own house.
So we got the cast.
Yeah, man. I got the cast from when I smashed my knee.
And a lot of autographs on that
I
thing.
got Dane. Well, yeah, I had to put other people's autographs. Mine wouldn't really sell anything, but yeah, I got Dane Cook signed it. Gary Gulman signed it. Jay Davis. The whole cast and crew of Torgasm signed this thing, and there's one fat chick signed it too.
Why?
She had a knee brace on, so I was like, "Hey."
She signed it.
Yeah, so she signed it.
Nice
talking to you. Thanks. And then and I signed it.
That's a biggie, though.
That's a big item.
The brace.
This is the brace that gave me atrophy and yeah, fucked my knee up for. You guys aren't swearing that much. Excuse my French. Messing my knee up.
Let's get Eric in here. Eric is working on the Opie and Anthony auction
Hawk,
as we do a radio show today. When will the Bob Kelly knee brace go up for auction?
How about talking into the mic, Rockstar? The audience can learn to love you.
Yeah, because we want to see what kind of bids you would get right off the bat there, Bob.
Yeah, you got some pizza stains on there, too. There's a little food stains on there.
Certainly.
From me stuffing my fat face in depression after I hurt my knee. Oh, you don't understand how much sauce fell on in that knee brace.
And Eric wants a lot of these people that win these items to come in personally, right? Is that what you wanted to tell people? Come in and pick it up personally. As soon as we verify that you are the winner and that you paid your money and all that. A lot of items going away in the next hour. By the end of the show, 61 items will be gone. You won't be able to bid on anymore. So keep checking the Opie and Anthony auction through opieandanthony.com. Dick Cavett DVDs went for what? $202 and $296?
Wow.
That's
Nice.
done officially?
Nice.
All right, very good. Right now, a lot of WWE stuff going away in the next hour. So
nice.
Take a look. The George Foreman Grill, just over an hour.
How much
George Foreman.
George Foreman autographed, right?
Of course, that was when he was in here.
George
not do an
Foreman
interview with us.
autographed grills. I'm surprised, only going for like $130, $150.
I'm actually tempted to get one of them.
Aren't they all autographed?
I won't pay.
OpieandAnthony.com. 61 items will be gone after today's program. 61 items are saying bye-bye.
We're going to take a breako.
Eric is adding more items to the Opie and Anthony auction.
Steako-ego.
You can check them all out by going to opieandanthony.com and clicking on the link. Less than an hour left before the Opie and Anthony Family Guy pack goes away. That was signed by Alex Borstein, who plays Lois.
Yes.
All right?
What? You missed a real bomb when you were out there. Did you hear it?
No, what happened?
We got Bob Kelly in studio. He just donated his cast that he wore after he broke his knee. That's going up for auction in a few minutes. It may even be up there already. Bob's cast is now on eBay. That's what you want to say?
Wow, that was fast.
You could bid on Bob Kelly's cast that he wore.
Bid
after
on
he
my
broke his
cast,
knee.
man.
All right.
Opposed to.
And it's signed by Dane Cook.
Yeah, put that.
We're selling a lot of comedy CDs
Yes.
right now.
Yes, he is.
All right, what do you got there, Steve?
Now, Steve, you'll have to share mics there for a minute.
Good news, the Bob Kelly cast, autographed, it's up to a penny.
Yeah, that'll increase, I think, tenfold.
Yeah, we'll get 10 pennies.
Yeah.
Way to do the math, Jesus.
That's the way I am. I'm quick on the draw.
Yeah.
I'm just annoyed because I was bidding on the George Foreman grill, which I had Eric doing, and I lost it.
You lost?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
Yeah, that's gone now, man.
Because how much did it go for?
$150.
No, it didn't.
I don't know, like $200 or something like that.
So
Opie and Anthony, the Robert Kelly knee cast, autographed by a bunch of people, including most of the people in this room, and Dane Cook and others, is up to $1,300.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God.
You're out of your mind.
That's it. Dude, it's one of the biggest bits on the XM show, so come on. It's a famous cast.
What moron would pay $1,300?
$1,300.
Someone who wants to help people.
I'm kidding. Help out the black people.
how did we get outbid on that? Wouldn't you set your thing to bid on it?
I'm glad I tore my...
What happened? At the last
Wait, get on a mic. What was wrong with people?
Here it comes.
The last 5 seconds, you had it won. In the last 5 seconds, it said auction ended. You were not the high bidder. Somebody outbid at the last 5 seconds.
They do that proxy bid.
They roll
it.
They do
goes
the
back and
proxy
forth.
bid, dude.
So no matter, even if you put,
Yeah.
no matter what anyone bids, bid $10 higher than that, they're doing the same thing.
Right.
So at some point you're both topping each other, but when the time cuts out, it's
Yeah.
whoever's on top.
You wait to the last, literally 30 seconds of the auction, and then you put your proxy bid $100 more. So it will just go back and forth, outbid you, and then he wins by a penny.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah,
you get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir.
I want a computer like that, and I didn't even want the fucking thing. I didn't think someone told me how to do it. I
You're
tried
just so psyched to win something.
Yeah, and then but it actually worked, and I was like, shit, $800 for a mini computer from Taiwan. Took 9 months to get there.
Hey, 6 hours remaining on the inline skates. A lot of these items are going away after today, so check out the auction on Opie and Anthony. Hey, we got some info on your eBay thing, Jimmy. Let's say hi to Jamie in Tennessee. Jamie!
What's up, boys? Got a little information on this whole getting outbid thing on eBay.
All right.
There's a website called Bidnapper. What you do is you pretty much subscribe to it for the hardcore eBayers, and say you bid something on $10, put a max bid of $20. Somebody on Bidnapper can put $11 in, and at the last second, it'll bid $11, and that person will win because it's quicker than the eBay servers.
What if, like, 12 guys are using Bidnapper and they all battle against each other?
Well, there's few people that know about BidNapper. Plus, you have to subscribe to it. They pull directly out of your bank account, things like that. So I've used it before, but, it's kind of weird having somebody that's got access to your bank account.
Sure, that you just met online, and now they can pull whatever they want out of your bank
That
account.
sounds like a real safe thing.
I've given BidNapper power of attorney.
Power of attorney over all my finances. They're sending some money off to Nigeria because I've won $10 million, and I have to give them my account number.
My lawyer Chunk will hear about this.
I swear to God, he's an entertainment lawyer.
Who's your accountant, Sloth?
Well, before we let her all go prepare
Wait,
for the
I'm
Ron
sorry to
and
interrupt
Fez
you,
show.
but I hurt my foot. Can your Dr. Doogie Howser call me?
And the Opie and Anthony auction continues. Go to opieandanthony.com. A lot of items going away today. A lot. I think 61 items will be gone after today. The skates. My skates are up to $4,800. There's 6 hours left in them. That's it. But a bunch of stuff going away. Every 10 minutes, another item is gone. So you might want to go there if you bid on a certain item. Okay. opieandanthony.com. Yes.
When you hear the starting gun fire now, make sure all O&A staff run out of the studio. How is this changeover? What do we got? 8 seconds?
It's going to be it's like NASCAR.
We planned a nice long opening.
Oh, is that it?
Very
Good.
smart.
Very smart.
Earl's going to be reading the Bible.
If your staff could just prop up our staff in here on the way out, we'd appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Ron and Fez, good luck to you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Great to have
for the
you
party Friday, too.
on
Great.
board.
All kidding aside, these guys are going to kick ass. You're going to love them. Absolutely love them. So they start up in just a few minutes. Stay there.
here.